It's your girl Di, and I am here with a story time. I felt like it's a nice day. Got a little white. I think I'm gonna tell my most recent fight. Now it wasn't like too recent, but it was in my adult life, and I just want to say that I do not condone violence. This is really awkward for me, talking into a camera and telling the story, because you don't really get the effects. Like, you can't really, I don't know, it's just kind of uncomfortable for me because I'm talking to absolutely no one. But maybe if I don't know, maybe if I talk to Penny or something, I don't know. And you don't get to see people's reactions. So let's just start from the beginning. This was probably like back, I'm not even gonna give no dates, cause ooh, that's good. Yeah, I'm not gonna give y'all the time, right? I'm not gonna incriminate myself, but okay, let me think of a name. Sarah. Okay, we gonna call her Sarah. So I was at this event and Sarah came to our hotel, me and my friends, and Sarah came with someone. We'll name him John. So Sarah came with John to me and my friend's hotel room, and because they knew like some of the people that we knew, so they came through or whatever. We were laughing and joking or whatever. This was a few months before the actual incident. So okay, so she cool, we talking crap, shooting it, whatever. So fast forward, a friend of mine, we'll call her, so it's hard for me to remember the name. So Sarah, it's gonna be John, and then my friend's name is gonna be Janet. My friend's name is gonna be Janet, right? So Janet is leaving to go out of town. Like, she's moving out of town, so we're like having our last hurrah and we going out. So I end up hitting up, it's so hard, okay. I end up hitting up one of the guys who was friends with John and Sarah. He was my friend too. We'll call him Troy. We gotta have different letters, cause otherwise. Janet and I hit up Troy, but I knew I was closer to Troy than Janet. So Janet's like, yeah, but she's familiar with Troy, so she's like, yeah, well, let's go hang with Troy. So Troy's like, hey, I'm gonna be at this place, and I'm like, cool, me and Janet are coming through. Janet and I get there, and we came with we went with another guy friend. We'll say his name is Ryan, okay? So Janet, Ryan, and I go into walk up, we pull up the same time as Troy. Troy's like greeting us all, like, hey, what's up? Because Troy's familiar with all of us, you know? So Troy, we're walking up to the place, and there's this chick at the front door, and we'll name her, this is what's gonna take the longest, is the names, like, for real. This story isn't even really that long, for real. We'll name her Charlotte. Charlotte is at the front of the damn, it took me so long to get that. Like, I'm bad with names. Like, if you tell me a name, I will forget it, and I'll have to ask you again. And it's not because, I just talk to everybody, so your name don't really matter, but I remember a face, you know? I don't know, whatever. Anyway, so, what did I say her name was? shoot, Charlotte, I think. Whatever, it's about to be Charlotte. So Charlotte, we walking up to the venue. Charlotte's like mean mugging me and Janet because we were with Troy. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. I don't go into venues or places with like bad energy. Like, even if I had a crappy morning when I go into work, like I'll be happy. I'm okay. Like, nobody did anything to me. So, you know, I wouldn't take it out on them. So I'm just like, whatever, she don't know us, whatever, I don't care. So we go into the place, we get on one side of the bar. Then the next minute I know, what did I say her name was? John's girlfriend. Shit. This is what. What did I name her? Sarah, dang it, Sarah, okay? Now, mind you, I didn't know John and Sarah were really an item. Oh, I wrote everything down. Like, I wrote all the names down, so I remember. But, so I didn't know that John and Sarah were a thing. When they came to me and my friend's hotel room, I hang out with a lot of guys. Like, I have a ton of guy friends. And I wouldn't want anybody to assume that just because I'm hanging with them that, you know, that we're involved or whatever. So I didn't think that about them. So Sarah comes into it was like a bar or something. So Sarah comes into the bar and I'm like, oh, hey girl. And Janet's like, oh, hey, you know, cause I knew Sarah. So Janet was just like, oh, I introduced them and she was like, Janet was like, oh yeah, I like her wig. I like Sarah's wig or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay, you know, like, it was on there. And okay, keep in mind, I keep pausing because I don't want to be tempted to, like, this was my real experience and I don't want to be tempted to say people's names, you know? So that's why it's taking me a long time. So if you are tired of me like slowing down, change your playback speed to something else, like for real, if you want to get through the story. But I know a lot of people, if you like me, if I'm out somewhere or taking a long trip or sitting at a desk doing some work, I want to listen to stuff all the way through. So maybe this is something that'll get you through your work day or something, one of my story times, because I know a lot of YouTubers have helped me go through the day. So if it's too slow for you, just change the playback speed. I'm trying to get it together. This is like my first story time, so don't shoot me. But we said all the pleasantries and everything, and I asked Sarah, like, hey, we're sitting over here, you want to come join us, you know? And she was like, no, it's okay, it's cool, I'm gonna be over here. And she seemed pretty, like she was a regular at the place. So I was like, okay, fine. She could find her way. I normally just invite folks that I see, that I know, you know, just to be polite, you know, just to know that we ain't clicked up. I ain't never a person that be like, oh, I can't talk to nobody, you know. So, and I keep sniffling because I didn't take my allergy medicine, which is bad on me. So the night progresses. I guess she is friends with the Charlotte girl. Sarah's friends with the Charlotte girl. And but before Sarah goes and kicks it with Charlotte on the other side of the bar, she's like, oh, I'm waiting for my husband to come. My husband on his way. My husband coming. I was like, okay, that's what's up. And so then her husband gets there. And guess who the husband was? It was John. Now, I don't know, I didn't, like I said before, when I met her a couple months back, I didn't realize they were together like that, because I don't automatically assume just because somebody's hanging with somebody that they're together. And we happened to be at one of these events. We happened to be at one of an event out of town or whatever, out of the city. So, it was like everybody was hanging with everybody. Friends hadn't seen each other in a long time, like that. So whatever. Just to give you a little background. And so John walks in, and I'm like, hey, John, because John hit where we were before he hit to where his wife was. Okay, so, which was Sarah. So John sees my friend Janet, and you know, he's like, you never met me before, da, 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 and just chopping it up or whatever. And he goes over to, well, he's talking to Troy, because John and Troy are brothers pretty much. And so I go over, I think I see them together. He goes over to Sarah and they're kicking it or whatever, and then he goes back to talk to Troy. So I get back over, I go over to Sarah like, oh my gosh, girl, I did not know that John was your husband. Like, I did not know, like, for real. I'm just stupid as hell, like, girl, I didn't know that was your husband, because I'm really thinking that they married. Come to find out they not. But, you know, so I guess she was kind of like, yeah, like, you know, but little did I know, John is over there talking to Janet again. And so I guess the friend Charlotte, Sarah's friend, I found this out later. She was like, I didn't know this at the time. I guess she told Sarah, like, why is she asking you about him? Like, kind of real defensive. This is the same, Charlotte is the same girl that was mugging us when we came through the door. So, tension, it was just like, as the night progressed, we would be on the dance floor, they would leave, or when they would be on the dance floor, we'll join in and be on the dance floor and they'll leave. It was just bad vibes going, like, on their end. I peeped it, but I didn't want to, like, make a big deal out of it, because me and Janet, we always be in our own, we gonna have a good time regardless. Like, we go places to have a good time. So there was a guy there that Janet was scoping out, and she was like, hey, let's sit over here by the bar, which was on the same side as Ryan, which is the male friend that we brought to the bar with us. So we sit on the end. So Ryan's on one end of the bar by the wall, and we're at the end of the bar, so we can scope out this guy. And we're not paying attention to anything around us. People are behind us. Between Ryan and us, there are people behind us, which are our people, which is Troy and John. You know, they were over there, and a few other people. So I guess John kept flirting with Janet a little bit, and it was weird. Yeah, it was weird. He was flirting with Janet a little bit, and she was like, it was crazy. Like, she was like, I don't know who you are. He's like, you know who I am. And she's like, I don't know who you are, and you know why they call me this? And she like, what? And I'm guessing that Sarah is across on the other side of the bar, thinking like, why is he all up in her face, you know? But the whole time Janet is like, I don't freaking know you, dude, like, whatever. So she wasn't really studying him, you know? But anyway, so I guess the friend Charlotte comes over to the side of the bar, and she was just being really loud and rambunctious. Got it. And this wine isn't getting to me just yet. But yeah, she kind of was just like really loud and rambunctious behind us, because we were facing this way toward the guy, and then the girl is like, ha 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 ha, and just loud and stuff. She's like the only female over there like that's interacting with the guys. So Janet ends up going over to Ryan, because she has to pass everybody to get to Ryan. to get to that side of the bar. And I guess the girl Charlotte was like she had an attitude with Janet for just even existing, you know. So I'm like, what is your problem? Because I felt the shade the whole night. So I was just like, what is your problem? What is it? Like, so she starts getting all rowdy. You know, mind you, she already, you know, just popping and whatever at the mouth and stuff. And so the guys, they're like, yo, chill. And she like, and I'm the type, I won't talk. I would just, you know, do what you gonna do. I was just like, you gonna do something, you know. So they carrying her outside or something to cool off. And Sarah, she's like, what's wrong? What happened? She come over there and was telling Troy, because Troy trying to, you know, diffuse the situation. Because at the same time, I'm like, I'm the calm one in the situation. Like, it is what it is. You doing all of this phony, like, I'm trying not to curse in this video. I really am. It's hard to do that when you talk about a fight, right? But you popping off and y'all doing all of this phony crap and trying to ruin people's nights and stuff. We didn't come here for that, you know? So then Sarah's talking to Troy, like, what happened? Da, 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 da. I'm just trying to, I guess by that point she had already talked to her friend. But when she came to talk to Troy, she was like, I'm just trying to save that B from getting her A whooped. And I'm just like, but who? And if anybody know me, like, I really just don't take time too kind to threats. I'm really not, like, don't threaten me. Do not threaten me. Because at that point, you got to do something, you know? You have to. So I'm like, do it then. Like, what you want? You know? So she goes outside. Sarah goes out and everybody just like, what is she so mad for? Like, why is she mad? Like, and mind you, the whole time I'm thinking, like, this girl, when she went out there to talk to Charlotte, when Sarah went out there to talk to Charlotte, I'm thinking that she gonna be like, look, I know them, they cool, just chill out. She comes in there guns a-blazing, like telling Troy, I'ma get my A whooped and all of that stuff. And I'm just like, okay, who out to do it? So Troy is talking to John and like, hey, get your B together, because Troy is really protective of me, like really protective of me, and like everywhere we go he makes sure I'm good. So he was just like, get your chick in check, and telling John this, and John just looking like, John don't know what to do, okay? John don't know what to do. So because homegirl, she was just going, they both was just going off the rip, like just going off the deep end. And Janet and I, we are more like, we're not gonna waste our energy doing all of the yelling and talking. We get outside, she pulls up in her little beat up, ooh, her little beat up hoopty, Lord Jesus. She pulls up in her little hoopty. Charlotte, she didn't stop. She stopped. Like, she was good. She didn't lit the match and everything. And she had stopped by this time. But the other girl, Sarah, the one who was supposed to know me from the damn hotel where you done sat, laughed, and drank and kicked it, she was supposed to be the one, the level-headed one, like the one that was supposed to calm Charlotte down, right? She pulled that car around while we was coming out the building, and because security was there, it was like a female security guard out there, because it was kind of like a bar that turned into a night place, like a little night lounge or whatever. So everybody watching this, we arguing all the way outside, like they arguing, and I'm just like, it's whatever. Like, it's whatever. That's all I'm saying. It's whatever. Like, I'm not scared of nobody. Like, we ain't scared. Like, do what you gonna do. You the one threatening us. What are you going to do? You know, what's her name? B. Simone? If I be Simone voice. Okay? So, she pulls the car around. She hops out the car. Cause she was like, I'll beat your blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, come do it. So she hops out the car. She starts charging at me. I Spartan kicked her like,
this is Sparta!
I Spartan kicked her, like run up, get done up with this Spartan kick, okay? But she was like, it was so weird because my foot kind of got swallowed in her gut. It was weird. It was so weird. It was a weird feeling. So, I just said the name again. So, Janet, while Sarah's running up at me and I'll kick her, Janet is holding me, trying to hold me back. And we're standing near, like, you know, in the parking lot when they have the little raised concrete with the grass patch in the middle with a little tree or something. They had that there. So when see, when I get excited, I start saying the names. Let me rewind. So when Janet grabbed me, well, she was coming at me now, I Spartan kicked her. We all kind of like we tripped over the thing because I guess Janet was closest to the thing. And when she was grabbing me, she kind of went back. But girl still got Spartan kicked. So me and her going at it, me and Sarah going at it. Like, I am on top of her, wailing on her. Like, I don't know. I kind of like blacked out. I really did. I can't even tell you what I did for real. Because I kind of blacked out. But all I know is when I finished, the wig was gone, boo. The wig was gone. And she was leaking. Her face was leaking. It was just a whole different person, like, for real. Like, I know I couldn't have did that to her edges when that wig came off, but it was like, I wasn't even mad. Like, I wasn't mad about the situation at all. It was just like, it is what it is. I'm not a punk. You're not about to sit here and punk me. You're not gonna attack me, and then I'm not gonna let you harm me, you know? When I get up, I see her blood all over her face. Her wig, we don't know where her wig is. I said, where's the wig, man? Where's your wig? It was like a whole comic view session, like, for real. Like, you know how the comics be roasting the people in the audience? It was just like that. Like, it was so funny. I'm talking about the security was laughing. It was just Comedy Central in there. It was so funny. We was outside, but it was so funny. So everybody so Janet and Charlotte jumps in. Janet and Charlotte, they going at it, and somehow Troy ends up manhandling Charlotte, and then Troy got into it with John, and he like, you should have had your in check, and I'm like, oh shoot. Now what I didn't want, because I know how protective Troy is of me, what I didn't want was for his friendship with his bro, which is John, to be tarnished because of something that happened between me, and I'm not even Troy's girl, you know. I'm just like, that's my brother, you know. But the last thing I wanted was for their relationship to be affected by the pettiness that Charlotte provoked. It was Charlotte's fault, and then Charlotte let Sarah get herself talked Sarah into an whooping, for real. Charlotte kicked the off, and then Sarah ends up the one fighting. Like, you just let your friend put a battery in your back, and you got your whooped. And found out that she had just had a kid or something, and I'm like, why you out here fighting? Like, I'm talking about this lady older than me, for real. And I'm like, why are you out here fighting? Don't you got kids at home? Like, you out here fighting me for what? For what? And then you got your ass whooped, and your wig gone. Where's your wig? And your edges gone. Them edges was chewed. You know, I'm not one to bash women or nothing. Like, I'm girl power, you know? But it was just like, you had the audacity to put your hands on me. Like, am I wrong here? Comment below. What would you have done? Do you think that I could have avoided this situation? Because I think, okay, I was kind of talking crap, but I just don't like when people threaten me. And it wasn't like, I whoop you. I wasn't threatening anybody. I was just like, who about to whip my who gonna do it? And if you're gonna do it, you know? So maybe I did provoke it a little bit, but I'm not no punk. Like, you're not about to sit here. No. Police came. We didn't call the police. I guess the security did, because it was kind of crazy. But that was my most recent adult fight that turned into a comic view session. It was funny. But I am now more mature. I don't know. I just feel like if somebody is coming at you, it don't matter how old you are. If somebody is threatening you bodily harm or anything, like, what are you supposed to do in that? Like, people could say, oh, fighting ain't cute and stuff, but you just really about to sit here and get beat up? Would you? Comment below. Thank you for tuning in to my story time about my most recent adult fight. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you like this video. And even if you didn't like this video, comment anyway, because I appreciate your feedback. Let me know if you want to see more story times. It was a struggle to get through this, and I might probably have to edit the crap out of this, but I think it was really super fun to do. So yeah, just let me know if you want to see more story times, because I got a few that I have in mind, but I gotta get more used to the camera and talking to myself. I guess I got a little more comfortable throughout the video. Maybe it was the wine. Anyway, stay tuned for my next video. Hit the bell so you can get notifications for when I upload, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.